Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, depending on when you watch this video. This video is going to be a little bit different. It's not necessarily about me traveling and seeing neat places. This video is on what I call trash management. The reason for it is I'm on a Roadtrek messaging board, and it's come up a couple times about how do you make your trash so that you don't have to empty it every day. And in a Roadtrek, this is the trash can that comes with it. So as you can see, it's not very big, and depending on how much trash you go through, you can fill that up pretty quickly. So what I do is I call nesting trash. If I open up this can and put it into my serving bowl or whatever it is I'm going to eat out of, this can, when it's empty, becomes a trash can. I'll set this in the trash can, and then if I'm going to peel an onion, the trash, the skin and everything goes in there. It doesn't go in here. And then I'll just continue. If I blow my nose and have a Kleenex, it goes in there. And I will fill this up, and then when it gets filled, then it goes in there. Same thing with an empty jar, one of these. I will use that as a trash can and fill it up before it goes in there. Can you imagine if you have one of these and a couple of those and you put them in there? Yeah, you're going to be emptying your trash every day. But see, I don't do that. I use that as a trash can. See, I like to eat ice cream. Here's another thing. So this becomes a trash can. And this one I've just started. I've got some orange peels in there. It hasn't filled up yet, so I keep the lid on it to keep the odors down. But that is my trash can, and then once it gets filled up, I will put it in here. And then when that gets filled up, so say I have that in there, I have a can in here, I'll have other little things, then I'll empty that. And that'll get me about 3, sometimes 4 days, just depending on my usage. I do the same thing with an empty peanut butter jar. I put eggshells in there, Kleenex, all sorts of bad little food, you know, peelings from avocados and such. And then I put the lid on, and then I put it in the trash can. I use everything. If I get a can and open a can, that becomes a trash can, and I'll fill it up. And depending on the size of the cans, I found a smaller can will fit inside the larger can. So I do that. See, sometimes a can can fit inside another can, and they're about the same height, so it might stick out a little, but then you use that one as your nesting can, and you can even maybe put some little stuff around there, depending on what you have. But a can inside a can will work, depending on the can sizes and shapes. And again, a can inside a can. In other words, you've heard of nesting dolls? Think of that as nesting trash. Can inside a can. Dun da da dun. And that is how I save on trash runs, or taking my trash to the dump or whatever. I use my little trash can, but I don't put empty things in there because it'll fill it up real quick. But if these are full and I use that space, that can last me 3 to 4 days. Hey everyone, hope you're having fun. I am, and you should be too. Well, Rose decided she was going to get some exercise. She was tired of getting flabby arms, so she went and she got 5-pound potato sacks, and she was holding them out at her side, and that would last about 30 seconds. Finally, by the 3rd day, she could hold it out for a whole minute. So then she went up to 10-pound potato sacks, and she finally realized that she could hold that for a minute. So she figured tomorrow she was going to put potatoes in those sacks.